Justice for beloved campus dog, policeman's sentence extended for brutal killing. In a landmark ruling, the Court of Appeal has intensified the punishment for a police officer who savagely ended the life of Tia Morchor, the cherished unofficial mascot of Chiang Mai University. This verdict has sparked public outrage and renewed calls for accountability among law enforcement. Tia Morchor, an 8-year-old dog beloved by students and staff, was more than just a campus resident. He was a symbol of the university's spirit, participating in key traditions like the annual Doi Suthep walk for new students. The name Tia Morchor derives from Thai, with Tia meaning short and Morchor being the abbreviation for Chiang Mai University. The crime occurred in May 2020, with chilling details emerging later. Security footage revealed the dog being taken by a police officer, reportedly Paul Corporal Prinya Panyabert, though his identity remains unconfirmed. The officer, then 27, claimed the dog died after falling from his motorcycle. However, Tia's lifeless body, found days later by the roadside, told a different story, a fractured skull indicative of brutal violence. The criminal court initially sentenced the officer to 6 months in prison for animal cruelty. Yet, in a significant escalation, the appeal court has extended the sentence to 16 months and ordered the officer to pay 100,000 baht in damages to the university. This harsher penalty reflects the gravity of the crime and serves as a stern warning against such cruelty. This case underscores the importance of holding those in positions of power accountable and highlights the deep connection communities share with their animal companions. Tia Morchor may be gone, but his legacy continues to inspire a call for justice and compassion. What do you think about this case? Let us know in the comments. Thailand's bold bet: government pushes for legal casinos to boost economy. In a groundbreaking move, the Thai cabinet has given initial approval to the Entertainment Complex Bill, paving the way for legalized casinos within integrated entertainment hubs. This bold initiative, championed by Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra, aims to transform Thailand into a global tourist magnet while tackling the pervasive issue of illegal gambling. The proposed bill, crafted by the Finance Ministry, seeks to create multifaceted entertainment complexes featuring malls, luxury hotels, sports arenas, and theme parks. Prime Minister Paetongtarn highlighted the potential economic windfall, citing Singapore's success with casino resorts as a model. If implemented transparently, this plan could revolutionize our tourism sector and generate significant revenue for the country, she said. Economic promise meets social concerns. Deputy Finance Minister Julapun Amornvivat revealed that these complexes could boost foreign tourism by 5 to 10%, increase off-season spending by 13%, and create up to 15,000 jobs. With projected state revenue between 12 billion and 40 billion baht, the bulk of income is expected to come from associated businesses rather than gambling itself. However, critics have raised alarms about potential social costs. Advocacy groups, including the Stop Gambling Foundation, argue that the bill prioritizes casinos over promised luxury developments, diverging significantly from the successful Singapore model. They warn of adverse impacts on families and children and urge the government to consider less harmful economic alternatives. Navigating legal and social hurdles. The Council of State, COS, Thailand's legal advisory body, has suggested revisions to align the bill with broader government objectives. While it did not oppose the legislation, the COS pointed out that the current framework might be too narrow to meet the ambitious goals. The National Economic and Social Development Council, NESDC, also flagged concerns, noting that gambling revenue does not add substantial value to the economy and that the social consequences of casino operations must be carefully weighed. The road ahead. The government aims to fast-track the bill through Parliament before year-end. This issue is new for Thailand, said Prime Minister Paetongtarn, emphasizing the need for clarity and transparency. Ministries will address public concerns, while the Finance Ministry has pledged to conduct thorough studies and seek input from diverse stakeholders. The debate over legalized gambling in Thailand is far from settled. Will it usher in a new era of economic prosperity, or will the social costs outweigh the gains? What's your take on this controversial bill? Share your thoughts below. Scandal erupts over irremovable money-lending app FinEasy, services halted after consumer outrage. The controversial moneylending app Fineasy has been forced to suspend all operations as of January 13, citing a business adjustment. This comes in the wake of intense backlash over allegations that the app was pre-installed on smartphones without users' knowledge or consent, raising serious concerns about privacy violations. How to remove Fineasy? In a statement released Monday, Fineasy announced a temporary fix for users to disable the app. Users can close the application by pressing on the app icon, selecting app information, and then choosing close application. The company also pledged to release an updated version that will allow users to permanently remove the app from their devices. Privacy invasion sparks public fury. The controversy erupted after reports surfaced that Fineasy could not be uninstalled and had access to sensitive personal data, including contact lists. The Thailand Consumers Council condemned the pre-installed app as a violation of consumer rights, emphasizing that users were powerless to prevent it from accessing their information. Chinese smartphone giants under fire. Smartphone manufacturers Oppo and Realme admitted to Thailand's National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commission, NBTC, that Fineasy was embedded in their devices without prior approval from the Bank of Thailand, BOT. Both companies apologized to affected users, promising that no third-party loan apps, including Fineasy, will be pre-installed on their devices moving forward. Starting January 14, all new models from Oppo and Realme will exclude such apps. For existing devices, an over-the-air (OTA) update will be rolled out on January 16 to permanently remove Fineasy. False alarms about TrueMoney app. Amid the uproar, TrueMoney, operated by Ascend Money Limited, issued a statement distancing itself from the controversy. The company clarified that its e-payment app is not pre-installed on smartphones and can only be downloaded manually via official app stores. It also stressed that user consent is required during the installation process. What's next? This debacle highlights critical gaps in consumer protection and raises questions about oversight in the tech industry. While Oppo and Realme have vowed to rectify the issue, the damage to consumer trust may linger. Do you think companies should face stricter regulations to protect user privacy? Let us know in the comments below. Thailand braces for bitter cold and severe weather in the south. Thailand is facing frigid temperatures across the country as a strong high-pressure system from China brings cold to very cold conditions to the upper regions. Meanwhile, the south is bracing for heavy rain and hazardous wind waves, according to the Thai Meteorological Department. Cold spell tightens grip on the north and northeast. The northern and northeastern provinces are experiencing icy mornings with light fog, and temperatures on mountaintops are plummeting, with frost forming in some areas. Daily lows in these regions are dipping to as low as 2 degrees Celsius, with highs struggling to reach 30 degrees Celsius. Residents are advised to dress warmly and stay vigilant for fire hazards caused by the dry, cold air. Weather warning for southern Thailand. From January 15 to 18, the northeast monsoon will intensify, bringing torrential rain to the southern provinces, with warnings of flash floods and overflowing waterways, especially in foothills and low-lying areas. Affected areas include Nakhon Sai Thammarat, Phat Halong, Songkhla, Pattani, Yala, Narathiwat, Trang, and Saturn. Marine danger, high winds and rough seas. The Gulf of Thailand is experiencing rough seas, with wave heights of 2 to 3 meters, surging above 3 meters during thunderstorms. Coastal residents along the eastern shoreline are warned to watch for surges, and small boats are urged to remain ashore from January 16 to 18. All vessels are advised to exercise extreme caution. Regional forecasts, a snapshot. Northern Thailand, expect very cold mornings with possible frost on mountaintops. Temperatures will rise slightly by 1 to 3 degrees Celsius in the coming days but remain chilly. Northeastern Thailand, cold with light fog in the mornings and similar temperature patterns to the north, with slight warming followed by another drop during January 17 to 18. Central and eastern Thailand, cool to cold mornings with temperatures ranging from 15 to 21 degrees Celsius. Strong winds will lead to a dip in temperatures midweek. Southern Thailand, east coast heavy rains and thundershowers, particularly in lower provinces, with temperatures between 18 to 31 degrees Celsius. Southern Thailand, West Coast isolated light rain with wave heights offshore reaching up to 3 meters during thunderstorms. Safety precautions. Residents across the country are urged to prepare for severe weather conditions. Travelers should drive cautiously in areas with reduced visibility, and coastal communities in the south must monitor updates and heed evacuation orders if necessary. Stay tuned for more updates as Thailand grapples with this extended cold spell and turbulent conditions in the south. Bangkok faces hazardous air quality, PM 2.5 levels spike to dangerous highs. Breaking news, air quality in Bangkok has plunged into dangerous territory today, with PM 2.5 dust levels exceeding health safety limits in all 50 districts, according to the Air Quality Information Center under the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, BMA. The city's average PM 2.5 concentration hit 47.6 micrograms per cubic meter this morning, far above the safe threshold of 37.5 micrograms per cubic meter, posing significant health risks for residents. Worst affected districts. The most polluted areas include Nong Kham, 56.7 micrograms per cubic meter. Klong Sam WA, 56.4 micrograms per cubic meter. Thon Buri, 55.3 micrograms per cubic meter. Nong Chok, 55.2 micrograms per cubic meter. Minit Buri, 55.2 micrograms per cubic meter. These alarming figures place Bangkok in the orange zone, meaning air quality is considered harmful to vulnerable groups, including children, the elderly, and those with pre-existing health conditions. Health warning residents are urged to limit outdoor activities, particularly in high-risk areas. Wear protective masks when venturing outside. Use air purifiers indoors to minimize exposure to harmful particles. Stay tuned for further updates as the situation develops. Protect yourself and your loved ones in these challenging conditions. Thailand declares war on plastic waste imports, a game-changer in the global fight against pollution. Thailand has taken a historic stand against plastic pollution, officially banning all plastic waste imports from January 1. This decisive move aims to end its role as a dumping ground for high-income nations and position itself as a leader in the global battle against environmental degradation. For years, Thailand absorbed staggering amounts of the world's plastic refuse, over 1.1 million tons between 2018 and 2021, with 50,000 tons shipped from Japan alone in 2023. But those days are over. With a firm decision approved by the Cabinet in December, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment has shut the gates on foreign plastic waste, sending a powerful message to Western waste exporters. The problem with plastic, a global crisis. Thailand's bold step highlights the darker side of global waste management, where high-income countries offload their pollution onto nations with cheaper labor and lax environmental regulations. While these practices boost local economies, they come at a devastating cost. Improper waste management leads to toxic air pollution from burning plastic and releases harmful microplastics into ecosystems, particles so persistent they've infiltrated air, water, and even human bodies. The environmental fallout is staggering. Burning plastic emits harmful pollutants, causing respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. Microplastics, present in everyday products like scrubs and toothpaste, accumulate in nature, creating an indestructible hazard. A global wake-up call. Thailand's ban follows in the footsteps of China, which stopped accepting plastic waste in 2018, leaving nations scrambling for alternatives. While some shifted to Turkey, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Indonesia, these countries now face overwhelming pollution from poorly managed imports. The European Union has pledged to ban plastic waste exports to non-OECD countries by 2026, a step forward but still insufficient without global action. Activists are calling for a comprehensive treaty to cut plastic production, improve recycling, and phase out single-use plastics. The road ahead, challenges and hope. Despite promising steps, progress remains slow. Talks for a global treaty in Busan last December stalled due to resistance from oil-producing giants like Saudi Arabia and Russia, whose economies rely on fossil fuels feeding the plastic industry. Thailand's stance, however, is a beacon of hope. By refusing to bow to short-term economic gains, it's setting an example for other nations to follow. This bold move not only protects its own environment but also challenges the global community to rethink waste management and forge a sustainable future. The takeaway: Thailand's beaches may still welcome tourists, but its landfills won't host foreign plastic anymore. The world is watching as Thailand proves that tackling plastic pollution is not just necessary, it's possible.
Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with the latest updates. Have a fantastic weekend and stay safe.